Notice is hereby given that a regular meeting of the town of Laguna Vista, Texas will be held Monday, the 9th day of September 2025 at 6 p.m. at the Laguna Vista Town Hall, 122 Fernandez, Laguna Vista, Texas, 78578. Pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.127, one or more members of the town council may attend and participate via video conference. A quorum of the town council will be physically present at the above meeting location. The following items will be discussed. Call to order at 6:01. Invocation of Pledge of Allegiance.
Heavenly Father, we come together tonight in service to our community. Bless this council with wisdom, fairness, and compassion as we make decisions that affect our town. Grant us patience to listen, courage to lead, and humility to work together for the common good. We ask your special care for those in need within our community. May they find comfort, strength, and support. Watch over our families, our neighbors, and all who serve our town. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Roll call.
Remember Dr. Romero?
He called me, he's running late on clinics at the hospital, so go up sometime.
Councilmember Howard?
Here.
Councilmember Perez?
Here.
Councilmember Cornelius?
Here.
Councilmember Bryant? Here. Councilmember Hernandez?
Here.
Mayor Carter?
Here. Move a couple things around a little bit. At this time, we're going to do item 5, public hearing on the creation of a tax increment reinvestment zone and its benefit to the town of Laguna Vista, Texas, to allow any owner of property within the proposed tax incremental and reinvestment zone to protest the inclusion of their property within such proposed zone, contain approximately 627.83 acres of land generally located north of State Highway 100, East Ocean Boulevard, southeast of Holly Beach Road, and west of Laguna Vista Cove, located within the corporate limits of the town of Laguna Vista, Texas, and to allow any interested person to speak for or against the inclusion of property within the proposed tax increment reinvestment zone, the creation of the proposed tax increment reinvestment zone, boundaries, and/or the concept of tax increment financing.
This is the public hearing stage, Mayor. We've provided notice of the public hearing a little more than 2 or 3 weeks ago, and now this is the public's opportunity to speak on this. Just declare the public hearing open.
We will open the public meeting at 6:03. No for or against. We will close the public hearing at, my finger works, 6:04. Item 6. Ordinance number 2025-06. Consideration of possible action on second reading of ordinance number 2025-06. Designating a geographic area consisting of approximately 627.83 acres of land generally located north of State Highway 100, East Ocean Boulevard, southeast of Holly Beach Road, and west of Laguna Vista Cove, located within the corporate limits of the town as a tax increment reinvestment zone pursuant to Chapter 311 of the Texas Tax Code, to be known as Reinvestment Zone Number 1. Town of Laguna Vista, the zone, describing the boundaries of the zone, creating the board of directors for the zone, establishing a tax incremental zone for the zone, contain findings related to the creation of the zone, providing a date for the termination of the zone, and providing that the zone take effect immediately upon passage of the ordinance. Now,
Okay, Mayor, Councilman, this is the second reading of the tax increment reinvestment zone ordinance. This is the ordinance that creates the tax increment reinvestment zone board and establishes the zone. After should this pass, we've had our first reading. It passed unanimously on the first reading. Should it pass the second reading, the zone will be created, the board will be created, and then we will have our first meeting of the board sometime in the next month in October, probably right after the regular meeting of the town in the second week of October, since 4 of the 5 members will be members of this council. Just go right for this meeting. That meeting shouldn't be very long. The purpose of that meeting is just to establish the finance plan and get us going.
Any questions? I'm sorry, we had a public hearing earlier.
We had a question over here.
On the agenda item.
I'm sorry, but we had a public hearing earlier.
That's just public comments in the beginning, general comments.
We will get there.
So you're saying these tax incentive, re-incentive zones, they don't pay, or they take their property taxes that they would pay the city and they get to reinvest it in their own property?
Ma'am,
Is that what
that would be something that would have been discussed during the public hearing, being that nobody stood up to.
No,
speak
this
at the
is
public
this
hearing.
is an agenda item. The
Yes,
Public
and that-
comments are just general public comments,
And
but each
if you
agenda
signed up for
item,
the public comment, then we could go ahead and discuss that there, but the public hearing for this particular item was just done. And right now,
no, that was number 5. This is not, I go, oh, wait, I didn't comment. And then they did number 6, which is the second.
and they're
one of
gonna go
these
ahead and discuss
zones.
the item, and that's where they're gonna go ahead and vote upon based off of any discussion that was done. And right now, if they have any questions, they will go ahead and discuss that. But as far as
So
the
like
public,
if
it would have been
you
done in
answer
item number 5.
Do we have a motion?
I make a motion that we approve ordinance number 2025-06, the creation of the Texas reinvestment zone number 1.
I'll second the council.
Motion made by Councilmember Bryant, seconded by Councilmember Cornelius to approve ordinance number 2025-06.
Councilmember Howard,
Yes.
Councilmember Pettis,
Yes.
Councilmember Cornelius,
Yes.
Councilmember Bryant,
Yes.
Councilmember Hernandez,
Yes.
Mayor Carter.
I abstain. I filed all the paperwork with the city secretary.
And Mayor, since the agenda item mirrored the caption of the ordinance, there's no need for me to reread it. It's
Very good. Very good. Thank you. We're going to back to number 4 now. Open forum. The public is allowed 3 minutes per person to address the council on any topic. There'll be no discussion or formal action taken during the agenda item. The speaker must identify themselves before speaking, and speaker request form must be presented to the city secretary prior to the meeting. Dr. Romero is on his way. We have Lori McGee.
I am Laura McKee. I'm currently a member of the Laguna Vista Library Board. I have a master's in library and information services and spent 30 years as a department head in Wisconsin libraries of all sizes before my retirement. I find myself confused after meeting with the city council on Saturday during a meeting with the Friends of the Library Board. A significant part of this presentation involved an explanation of what appeared to be substantial raises for the city manager and the city secretary, and what most important, the loss of 1/2 position at the library and the city proposed budget. That proposed budget is still the only budget that's posted on the city website as of this morning. We were also told that Marty's position was not authorized by the council, though in a meeting on the February 11th, 2025, she is listed as attending, and the minutes introduced Liz as the new library director and Marty Etheridge as the new assistant director. And the comment is made they were welcomed by the council members. The shifting story from the city makes me feel like they're playing a shell game, and maybe the P is really not under any of the shells. Then on Saturday, we were handed an adopted budget that includes 2 full-time positions, which has been the case for many years. For those of us who have been challenging the planning for the library staffing, we should be satisfied, right? Not so much. Liz has been a city employee for 20 years and has indicated that she has plans to retire after the first of the year. That means there will be an open position, which will be another opportunity to reduce the staffing at the library. As the member of the library board, I wish to make it clear I feel that reducing staffing hours is a bad idea. I'm also concerned that the thinking that library clerk, which is the label on the budget, is a glorified secretary. I am not dissing the skills that's needed to be a secretary, but they are very different skill sets from those that are needed to work in a quality library. Marty has a business degree, graphics experience, excellent people skills, and grant writing skills. One must also do story times, be an event planner, and deal with clientele from the cradle to the grave. Of course, being literate and well-read is a given. A well-funded and staffed library ensures that all members of a community have access to resources that they need and deserve, no matter what their personal financial situation is. The foundation of our community's future rests on the education of our children and their families, and a quality library is part of that.
Thank you, Ms. McGee.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Patty Bradley.
Good evening. My name is Patty Bradley. I'm a Laguna Vista resident and serve on the library board as well as Friends of the Library. I'm here to advocate tonight for our library. When I first moved here, I had a conversation with Mayor Mike, and he said that his vision for the library was to make it a more friendly and have a Starbucks-like feeling. As a member of the Friends of the Library, we have worked hard to fundraise and make this vision happen. The community was wonderful in their support for us. Our annual sip and support raised enough money that we're able to purchase a new sofa, table, chairs, and to update the children's area. We put in a coffee bar as well, and the change is wonderful. If you haven't been lately, we invite you to come have a cup of coffee or tea, grab a newspaper or book, and relax on our new couch. Our library does more than provide books to check out. It provides Wi-Fi, computers for research, notary, copies, and fax. We have a children's play area with sensory pads as well as audiobooks. We also host a variety of activities as evidenced by our calendars, which are available on our website. We have a number of students who are homeschooled who utilize the library as part of their curriculum. After looking over the budget, I have some serious concerns regarding potential cuts to the library. The initial budget showed that the library clerk's salary was being reduced by $11,000. This was explained by saying that they were going to make her position part-time and split her job into a city clerk position and library clerk. I'm not sure who came up with that idea, but that seems like a terrible idea. That was not what she was hired for and does not seem justified. We need her full-time at the library. In the adopted budget, it changed and lists 2 full-time library employees with both receiving a 3% raise. My question to this board is if they're still considering making the clerk a part-time position and splitting her. The cover page of the budget states that we have a 13.33 increase in tax revenue raised from new property added to the tax roll this year. Our community is growing and will likely continue to gain. The budget shows hefty raises for the city administration. This has been explained as the salary that they were hired at was negotiated, and they're simply fulfilling the obligation. Again, that doesn't look right if you're considering making cuts to the library. Please consider the importance of the library to our community. We want to be informed citizens, not reactive citizens. Thank you.
Nicole Ekstrom.
Hi, I apologize, I'm not as prepared as some of these other people have kind of last minute. I want to thank everybody here for your service. I know that it is difficult to be a public servant. I'm on a small HOA and I get hammered every meeting and it can be very difficult. And I believe that all these people here are really doing the best for our community. I really think they're trying their hardest to make this community the best it can be. They're all volunteers. We should remember that. And I am also a part of the library board. We meet on Thursday, so I don't want to say anything official because we haven't had a chance to meet and discuss as a board about this budget. I will say that I'm very pleased with the way the library has progressed. The interior looks really, really good. The Friends Group has done an amazing job. The library staff are great, and Marty is in particular very, very great. But I think everyone needs to also understand there's a lot of other departments in this city that need attention, police, EMS, and those also are very important as well. But, so I just wanted to say thank you for everybody's time.
Thank you.
As everybody knows, the library budget increased by $7,467. So there wasn't a decrease, it was an increase. Natalie, next is Natalie Ruiz.
Oh, hi, everybody. I'm Natalie Ruiz, and I live at 15 Bethpage Drive, right here in Laguna Vista. Sorry, there's no podium. I'm standing on my toes. So anyway, I'm here to ask about why the proposed 2025-2026 budget did not happen to make it into tonight's agenda. As you know, that budget has been causing a lot of, community flurry, evidenced by the fact that it appeared on the front page of our local newspaper. By the way, we have copies of the newspaper if you hadn't had a chance to read it. This also contains some very concerned citizen letters supporting the library and questioning this budget. It's almost like a Peter Paul thing, like you might be diverting, taking, disappearing funds from the library to augment administrative salaries. And that raises a real concern, because if you're doing that, then what you are doing to this community is that you are taking away from a service that benefits all residents of this town, family, children, even visitors, and putting it in salary increases for administrative employees. Now, I don't know about contracts that were negotiated or promises made, whatever, but say this: a library you don't find on ZipRecruiter. A city manager, a city secretary, a city employee you will find on ZipRecruiter. So again, we have newspapers to hand out, and we also have another important information pamphlet to hand out as well. Thank you for listening.
As everybody knows, we had a public hearing August 12th, 2025 for the budget, which nobody attended. It was advertised.
To the emails.
August 25th, 2025, the final budget was approved. So the reason why the budget's not on here is because the budget's already been done.
I didn't receive an email without approval, and if the approved budget's not on the website. No. And you have it till September 30th.
We have Elma Arredondo.
Here I am, capital A.
Hi, so I am representing our property across the street, the condominiums, and we're pretty much, we have a question and a concern about the portable building coming up, up there, back there. And so the question is, would there be another entrance to that building other than the alley? So we're concerned about the alley being used for a few reasons. And we think about one proposed location of, let's say, accommodating the city by moving our dumpster. But if we do that and maybe put it where we've been asked to put it, it may interfere with ingress and egress. It would maybe affect the value of our property. So, and it goes on, we go on with thinking, what if a potential emergency and there's a big dumpster there and your view is blocked to the left coming out of there. And well, just the whole maneuvering around it is a concern. And we just believe it would be a hazard if we were to consider moving our dumpster to accommodate the city. So maybe there is a way to have another access to that building. And that's pretty much why I'm here to speak. And thank you very much to the library. I noticed that they're also tending or accommodating a lot of homeschool groups for a little bit of volunteering that I've done there. So keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Talking about the homeschool groups. So the data from the library, the average attendance per day is 22 people. If you take out special events, which would be homeschool events, the daughter, the toddler parent reading deal, the Saturday events and sipping, the event they have in February, or the big one. The average daily attendance is 12. So I just wanted to make sure everybody understood that this is data that comes straight from,
He's running the same game again with the clinic.
it comes from the straight from the library director. So
Why would you take out all those events? Those are,
that's
they're just as,
that's
the most important.
that's 22 people. I'm just stating the facts. There's 22 people that go with the events, 12 without.
You ran that same story with the clinic that nobody was showing up either and lost the clinic.
Okay, next, Darla Jones, public accommodation involvement.
I guess I'm gonna speak from up here because,
At least you're higher than anybody else.
this is what I was going to talk about, in that, this right here, when you knew this was gonna be a heavily attended meeting based on social media, which y'all seem to rely on more than your website. When you've got, 30 elderly people, you're attending the meeting and you knew it in advance, and you scheduled the meeting here at City Hall, which can accommodate maybe 5 to 10 people. This is flies in the face of public accommodation and public involvement, which I think is your aim. I think it's your aim. This is ridiculous. This is an elderly community. I think the average age here is like 65. And you've got people back here standing that are willing to be here through the whole meeting to attend and participate, which you should be encouraging, not this. Having to bring out, folding chairs and everything else. There's no podium to speak at, for the public to speak at, for presentations.
You're here.
And this is absolutely ridiculous. On the library, I fully support it. And Mayor, you said the 12 people that accommodate that use the library daily. It's very important to those 12 people.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You're here.
Thank
I
you.
agree.
Thank you.
My
Thank
name
you.
is Carol Vickerson. I've been here for 19 years and I'm at the golf course community. And I have used the library probably 3 or 4 times a week. I have moved in town in the last, I hate to say over 80 years. And I have always had a town with a library with people that staff it, like Liz. And there's more than 12 using that library. I can guarantee that. And I'm sure if Liz is here, I bet she has numbers that she can.
She does.
Liz, are you here? Are these your numbers?
It's only my number.
And I want also people to know that our library was the only one
This is
that
the
was
report
open
you submit,
during the
everybody.
pandemic. That we
this
could
is the
get
report you
that,
submit every month.
that they were
It isn't- it isn't-
above and beyond.
Believe me, everybody.
Well, so far
We're
this
not,
year.
we're not closing the library. We're not cutting anything. We actually increased the budget by $7,500.
No,
This is gonna change.
you're taking the money for the city
Nothing's gonna
administration.
change. There's no changes.
You're paying salaries, 86% increase.
So there's nothing's gonna change at the library. So
You're still gonna have 2 full-time people there?
that's what's on the budget here. Yes.
That's not an answer.
That's not the budget, it's on the website.
So this is on the website.
No.
Is it
Not.
on the website?
It's already on the website. The budget,
It's not up there.
No, it is not. It is not.
it's
It's
in
not
the
there.
the final budget is already,
It's not there.
the
It
final,
doesn't
okay.
say final.
So that your website was
All
navigable.
we can tell you is that
No,
it's
it's
been
not.
posted on the budget.
Was ever in charge of the website?
No,
Oh,
it's not.
like,
can we not speak one at a time? Take turns, raise your hand.
Next, we're gonna move on to Gary Gilbert.
My name is Gary Miller. I also am concerned about the double wide next to my house. I'd like to know what kind of permanent footprint will be left behind. That is a temporary building, correct? It's a horrible building. It's also temporary. Are you gonna put a parking lot down that's gonna be removed? Are you gonna put lighting in there that's gonna be removed? Or is there gonna be a permanent footprint once that building is gone?
I'm sorry.
I'll be more than glad to sit down with you and actually walk through the. Okay. Again, we're in public comment. I'm not allowed to discuss, we're not allowed to discuss, but
That's
it-
taxpayer money.
It's on the agenda later on.
yeah, but yes, but it is gonna be discussed later
It's gonna be
on.
discussed later on.
And I'm actually offering to meet with you at any time. and-
You will
and-
see it later on in the agenda.
Yeah.
Also, yes, please, I have one. I'd like to know why we need more guns for the police department. How many bullets have the police department fired in the last 2 years? Would you please get the police chief to shoot personnel? How many bullets have the police department fired in the last 2 years? I've only been here for 2 years. It doesn't seem like a very violent city, man. I don't know why we need more guns.
Okay, very good. Ed Keller? Lynn Keller?
Can I have my time?
Yes, please, let's let her speak, please.
Okay, I'm Lynn Keller, and I am your case study for good things from Zumba and why I think it's an essential component to the wellness of the community of Laguna Vista and the surrounding area. I'm 77 years old, and I've been coming to Zumba for about 9 years, maybe 10. And when I started, I just didn't feel fit or strong, decided to come and try something that I knew absolutely nothing about. So I came once, and then I came again, and I learned the dances, sort of, still not great. And I learned the names of the other people. I chatted with other folks about family, pets, life moments. I felt better. I realized I had become part of that community. But Zumba is more than what you see is what you get. Because physically, my fitness is more than muscles. It is my lungs and my heart. My heart, of course, my heart, emotion. But my lungs, I've been diagnosed recently with COPD. And my doctor says that he's astonished my lungs are as good as they are. And he attributes it to doing Zumba right here, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, sunrise, sunset, doesn't matter. I'm here. It's hot, it's cold, I'm pleased, what have you, but I'm here. And so I've never smoked, but I'm here. And the underlying part, though, of also is it helps create a better outlook on life because you know you have the support of friends. Friendship as you get older, especially if you get tired in physical activity, is very important. So the important thing, though, is that I'm one, but I'm not the only one. Anyone can come and participate in this group, and that's the very important word, anyone, because men, women, young, old, retired, doesn't matter. Of course, we have people who are in good health. Can I keep going just for a minute?
No, ma'am, it's.
That's not her timer. You have 1 more minute.
Okay, thank you. I'll talk fast. But we have stroke survivors, cancer survivors, people who are diabetic, doing Zumba to get and stay healthier. Special needs, you are welcome to come and do Zumba with us. Can't afford a gym? We don't ask, we don't care. Come join us. Don't know the steps, we all make mistakes. Not in great shapes, we don't judge. Classes are held outside at the pavilion year-round, Monday through Friday, and over 300 people have participated in the past several years. Winter Texans swell our ranks from October into the spring. Everyone participating gets fitness, plus the benefit of community. You come for the workout, but you stay for the wellness. And so I thank you.
Thank you.
question Zumba, I just want to say this week I found out about you guys lost the funding, federal funding. And I've made it, and this was done like the right way. People called me up and asked me and told me about things and talked to me about it. And so we are definitely gonna find the $12,000 that is needed to continue Zumba. At any one time, there's more people use that park in Zumba on a day than any other place in the city. So that will definitely be continue to be funded. So.
Thank you so much.
Chester Davis.
Thank you for being here. I'm Chester Ray Davis, MD, FAA, FP, certifications in family medicine, geriatrics, and a postdoctoral fellowship in family medicine. So I'm here to support. Excuse me. I'm here to support Zumba, and you've already got that like discussion. I'm happy that you made your announcement. So I'll just make it brief. I'm primarily interested in dementia prevention, and we're talking about physical fitness and mental fitness and ability to modify illnesses like diabetes and hypertension by exercise. So we're talking about lifestyle changes, and we did weight control programs with it. We've done exercise and physical activity monitoring. We've done relaxation techniques and yoga. So it's an expansive program. It's not just going out there and watching the dance. You wouldn't last long. So risk reduction is active lifestyle, eating healthy, exercising, the mind and stopping bad choices. And engaging in every stimulating activities because you've got to pay attention because these ladies are moving fast. I'm always the guy with two left feet going left and they're going right. So it's not a good thing. And we learned about eating healthy. We've had classes at the library and very educational. And we maintain our social connections and sociability. It's very important as we get older and age. So therefore, I look at it as a way they can't kick me out until the class is over. So it's always good. And so Zumba helps delay dementia. It doesn't prevent it and it doesn't cure it. There's no cure. We have mental health benefits and physical health benefits. So depression and anxiety and other things that go along with our modern world are help alleviated somewhat by our exercise program and your exercise program. So it encourages a specific type of healthy lifestyle and socialization. So it's positive for the health of our community.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to take the opportunity to demonstrate to you some of the situations that you've been speaking about. This community, all of us together are facing, and we're trying to solve all these things with the little funds that there are. And as you can tell, there's different groups that need, and they all look justified. I mean, there's no one better group than the other one. They're all just as important. But I'm very glad that this person over here pointed out, this is the council chambers. As you can see, it's overflowing. And I totally agree with the person. That's one of the things. On top of that, we have municipal court here as well. It doubles up. The police department, I'm going to impose on you, and with the permission of the council, I really would like to show you firsthand the kinds of things that we're having to deal with, whether it's the library, the police department, portable buildings, because those are things that we're trying to do everything as quickly as possible with the least possible amount of money that we actually have. And so with that, I'm going to ask you to please just follow me real quickly. We're going to go around and come back in, but this will give you the opportunity to see our whole police department headquarters, all of it, in just walking through. So if we can start with the first person, and just, you really need to see this. You need to see this. Sir, can you all just form a line and go over here?
Okay. I understand what the problem is. Okay, maybe the people don't understand, or I don't. Is that portable building going to be a new police
Well,
department?
that's gonna be, and that's what I like to explain to you, but I want you to see.
Well, I'll take the opportunity.
Please.
I don't see why not.
Yeah, please.
But am I wrong to go look? I'll go out there.
It's really.
Just use my word.
And then just come back and take your chair again. Anybody else would like to see the full police department?
No, God, like answer. Just answer my question.
I'm going to.
I got it.
I'm going to. I'm going to answer your question.
I'll sit down.
So what's gonna take over that?
Oh, I'm not gonna answer that. I took the opportunity to go look. That's all. No, I didn't. I've seen. I was here when they did it.
But do we wanna?
Yeah. I've looked at that. Let me move so they can get through.
Okay.
I bet you I've seen it.
Walk through it, please.
No.
You walk through it, please.
Yes.
Walk through it.
Well, to you it is, but I'm sure
It's
there's.
free for everyone, so the youth,
Does Martha get a stipend? Right? Martha.
I'll tell you, UT Health Brownfield was paying like,
Okay,
they
gentlemen.
lost their money. So next month, we're trying to be on that.
I'm gonna go back. You might as well.
I should.
Excuse me, call to order.
Look, the only way that we can, do you think that that is an adequate facility for a police department?
No.
Exactly.
Well, we don't want our police
Okay,
officers
let
sitting in the office.
well, I just wanted you to see that as well as you're experiencing what the other lady expressed. You're having to stand up to be here at a meeting. So what do? As a city manager, I have the responsibility to help work with the council in trying to find solutions to these things. But it takes a lot of money because you're talking about buildings. The only way that we construct a new police station, a new city hall that would accommodate everybody is that we're not gonna raise taxes. But we need to get grants, and getting grants, it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and many times you won't get them. So consequently, but we still gotta deal with this situation. That's where the idea came to, at least temporarily. We got that portable building so that we can move this meeting into the portable building that you will have more room.
Who approved the portable building?
Look,
Why
and,
wasn't any of this
and
discussed?
I'm sorry,
with the
ma'am,
community?
I'm trying to stop. And the thing is that in the meantime, we find the adequate facility for the police department by moving this meeting that is not adequate for the public, and over there it will be, at least on a temporary basis, the police department basically will double its size by moving into this part of the building. Because that's the only thing that we have available. And that'll take care of the police department, it'll take care of having a better meeting facility, which we need, and we're doing it with the least possible funds at the quickest way. There's no other way unless we raise taxes, we come up with grants, and we're not gonna be able to do that. But this is, so when, as a city manager, I have to look at the Zumba situation that they need. I have to look at the library, the situation that you all find yourselves in, that is a very concern to you. The police station that is, I'm ashamed to show you that. I'm ashamed to have you standing there. So we need to do something about it as quickly as possible. That's what we got that building, and we're gonna use it on a temporary basis, thus providing more space for the police department, providing a better meeting facility for the public, and still continue to look for funds to continue funding the Zumba, continue funding the library adequately. And like the mayor said, this year, the library budget actually increased. Yeah, so I appreciate your attention and your understanding, because it's not just one thing. Everything is very important, but it's all those things that we need to figure out solutions for. So I appreciate your attention, I appreciate your cooperation and understanding.
Mr. Trevino,
Thank you.
it's a very passionate argument that you made, but one question. If you're always scratching and shaking the cushions on the pillow to find money, how are you able to find money to increase your salary by 43,000
Okay.
and increase?
Okay. I will tell you this, they did not increase my salary.
No?
Everybody negotiates wherever you're gonna go work. You apply for a position and you negotiate for the best possible pay. Now, I don't know about my predecessor. The person made less money than I do. But that's the salary that was approved to be paid to come to work for Laguna Vista. My salary was not increased. I didn't even have a salary. That's just a salary that was approved.
Did you negotiate, and you don't have to answer this question obviously, but
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
did you negotiate where you're going to, you'd have a 6-month
Thank you, ma'am.
probation?
We're gonna go ahead
And
and
then
continue
you're
with the
going
next
to
agenda
enter
item.
into a long term,
I'm sorry.
so that you don't have
I'm
a
gonna
salary
ask you to
increase
sit down,
every
ma'am.
year. You have a salary increase that survives for 3 years. A
Item
3-year
7,
agreement.
consideration possible action to approve the following
And thank you
minutes.
for listening.
August 12, 2025, regular council meeting minutes. Do I have any
What is it?
questions,
No,
concerns?
you're not gonna listen.
Do I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve the minutes from August 12, 2025. Hernandez seconded.
Excuse me, we're trying to run a meeting.
Well, we're trying to talk. We're trying.
Well, that's
don't
not the
listen to
time. The
us
time is
You
urgent.
don't listen to us.
Go do your
Okay.
meeting, you don't listen to us.
Please. Motion made by Councilmember Bryant, seconded by Councilmember Hernandez to approve August 12, 2025, regular council meeting minutes.
Councilmember Dr. Romero,
Yes.
Councilmember Howard,
Yes.
Councilmember Perez.
Yes.
Councilmember Cornelius,
Yes.
Councilmember Bryant,
Yes.
Councilmember Hernandez,
Yes.
Mayor Carter.
Yes. August 25th, 2025, special council meeting minutes. Have a motion.
Corrections have been made.
Very good.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from August 2025, August 25th, 2025.
I'll second.
Motion made by Councilmember Bryant, seconded by Councilmember Dr. Romero to approve the August 25th, 2025, special council meeting minutes.
Councilmember Dr. Romero,
Yes.
Councilmember Howard,
Yes.
Councilmember Perez.
Yes.
Councilmember Cornelius,
Yes.
Councilmember Bryant,
Yes.
Councilmember Hernandez,
Yes.
Mayor Carter.
Yes. Item 8, presentation, monthly financial report for period ending July 31st, 2025. Victor.
Yes, members of the council, we finally have, for the staff, or our accountant, was able to reconcile what had not been reconciled for months in this community in terms of the financial situation of this community. Rocio is a new contracted accountant, and she will be presenting to you the financial report for ending period of July 31st.
Mayor, council members, and citizens. For the reports that you have right now, I will start with the statement of revenue, since we don't have income statement. I do want to encourage, since this is the first time that I'm reporting this, if you have any suggestions of different formatting or anything about such. The revenues as of year-to-date from October 1st, 2024 to July 31st, 2025, total revenues are 3.1 million, which overall have exceeded our budget. On the next page, total expenditures, and this is combined, I'm not doing it by department, which is also one of the suggestions I would have is for next time we would want it by department, we can do that. Right now, I'm trying to follow the format of what was presented, I guess, previously. Page 3, total expenditures is 1.017. I'm sorry, 2.458. So for year to date, we have a net income of 653,143.05. Where you see the negative next to that on the budget side, that's the capital outlay that we discussed during the budgeting. You all recall? So if you note the net income of 653, then the other pages that you have are for the smaller funds, which don't have much activity. You'll see postings more than anything to interest to the accounts. So I'll go ahead unless you have any questions. I'm focusing right now on general fund because I know that's the main interest. If there's no other questions, then we'll go to the balance sheet, which is the next stack that you have.
I just want to make a point on this, on the expenditures on the general fund. As of July 31st, we're 75% of the year in. We've expended 73%. So we're 2% under budget right now.
On the balance sheet, again, the first page, the first 2 pages, that's the general fund.
Reason why you can't put those figures up on the monitors?
I know for the budget, we did do it. This time around, I have to take the blame for that. I didn't even think of that, and I want to apologize, but I can do that on the next meeting for sure. Fund balance, which is page 2. The beginning fund balance is the 801,069. Net change is the 653 that we just talked about right now on the statement, statement of revenues. The total fund balance is 1.454212. And there's something that I'm not sure if this was discussed before. On the following page, we have the restricted fund balance that is on a separate, which is our fund 500. That one's the 883,189, which is the 90-day expenses. And what I did is a summary on the following page. If you find that it says summary general fund balance, it's combining those two, which is a total of 2.337. And that's what's also very reflective of our combined general cash. Just wanted to point that out because I know previously that wasn't. And the rest that you have are all the balance sheets for all the other funds. Again, I was focusing on the general fund. Attached, you'll see on the last page is their monthly check register. This is only for July. I do have May and June. I apologize, I did not put them in here. I know I gave a copy right now to somebody else. But I can provide that the next time because I know we kind of did a catching up May, June, and July. I was only ending July. That's why I only did the check register for July. But obviously there were checks, but the actual accounting side isn't what you're looking at right now. Overall, as you can see, there is an increase from last year to this year. You are in a good, sound financial. Do you have any questions?
So if you look at the overall budget, we got 257 days in fund balance. So as you know, we have a lot of possible capital expenditures that we need to take care of. So hopefully we'll be able to those things.
no questions, that concludes my part of it.
Thank you, Rocio.
Thank you.
Item 9, discussion and possible action to authorize the city manager to hold a public auction to dispose usable tools, equipment, vehicles, materials, and supplies. Victor.
Yes, members of the council, the list provides pretty much most of the with the equipment that we really do not need, and some of it doesn't work. And a lot of it is just basically taking a lot of space, and we need to discard with that. And we need to do it through a public auction. And so I'm asking that I be authorized to set up an auction probably within the next 30 days, the public auction, and to dispose of all of that. And everybody, the public will obviously get the public notice, the time when it's going to be. But like I said, within the next 30 days, if you all will authorize me, we will have that auction.
Go ahead, Doctor.
Will there be expenses incurred in the conduct of the auction, or who will handle that?
Well, obviously, Public Works and our finance person from the, not Rocio, but our finance person from the office. There will be the two main people. I will be there, of course, and some of the other staff. But those are the two main individuals.
You guys will conduct it?
Yes, yes. It'll be one of those silent auctions for you, right? We won't be doing the entertainment part.
I already get that.
So the items will be available for people.
Yes, definitely. And that will be available even beforehand, before the day.
Any motions, questions?
Motion?
Yeah.
Yes, I'll make a motion to authorize city manager to move forward with the plans for conducting a public auction with the aforementioned equipment.
Motion by Councilmember Dr. Romero, seconded by Councilmember Cornelius to approve the city manager to hold a public auction. Those usable tools, equipment, vehicles, materials, and supplies.
Councilmember Dr. Romero,
Yes.
Councilmember Howard,
Yes.
Councilmember Fitness.
Yes.
Councilmember Cornelius,
Yes.
Councilmember Bryant,
Yes.
Councilmember Hernandez,
Yes.
Mayor Carter.
Yes. Item 10, status report on Texas Parks and Wildlife Department grant to improve Roloff Park.
Yes, members of the council, once again, we want to bring you up to date on the status of our improvement grant for the park. And we're getting closer to hopefully breaking some ground and start doing the work. And the architect for that project is Stephen Knowles, and he will be doing a presentation as to where we're at and the plan to implement the whole grant.
Thank you. What we've done is essentially gone back to the drawing board, so to speak, because the equipment and so on was a single source. So it behooves us to spread this and get bids out to make sure that we're getting the best possible price for the work to be done. We have right now 3 different people who are going to give us quotes for the equipment. We're actually going to get to choose from the equipment which ones we prefer to have. It's new exercise equipment. It's the musical equipment as well for the children. We've also got new surfacing, ADA compliance issues that we're trying to improve, the pathways. We're going to be looking to the drinking fountain replacement, benches, picnic tables, so on and so forth, that are within the budget. We've had a good conversation with Texas Parks and Wildlife, so we know what the parameters are, so we can, if we need to make changes, we make it within the grant parameters, so we don't have an issue there. We've already gone through that. Now we're going to get, and I've been on the phone for 2 days with different people, getting them familiarized with what we'd like to see from them, so we can improve the park. Beyond that, in that exercise, two of the people we've spoken to, and they're all on Texas Buy Board, so we can go directly to them, have stated there are the grants. So we're looking to expand beyond what the grant was. And let's see if we can build, actually get more equipment from 50 to 100% grant for additional equipment, either inside the already approved budget or outside that budget to add more equipment. So we're already looking at not just Parks and Wildlife grant for what we can do now, but we're seeing what we can do in the future. As far as timelines go, we hope to have something together in the next 2 weeks to 3 weeks. We need to get that back to City Council at a City Council meeting, possibly next meeting, to get approvals for those particular buy board issues, buy board items that we look for, be it a mix of the different vendors or this one vendor for all. We'll find that out as we go through the process. And then we'll get from that their timeframes on how long it takes to deliver the equipment. We've made sure that they understand that all the equipment can't be just metal with paint on it, as we have it rusting out on the exercise equipment, and we've just gone through rebuilding the playground equipment. We're going to be all aluminum, stainless steel, powder coated material. They've all said they can do that. They do it on a regular basis. Just the equipment we have now, that was missed when it was installed. So we're going to pick that up. We also, as Victor said, he tried to push a wheelchair on our pathway. We're going to look for a future grant to rebuild that entire pathway. It's 12,000, almost 13,000 square feet, and it's a high dollar amount. It's a high number. So it will not be in this grant, but we will address issues of at least getting from the parking lot onto the path. So we're going to try to do as much as we can within this dollar amount. That's what I've got. Any questions for that? And I think I might add too, this is something that the council looked at. Teresa did sit on a couple of meetings, and it's at least we understood better. I think that the city council needs to be informed what we're getting in that, as well as the community. So that's what we're trying to do. So we'll get various equipment offers this time around, not just one. And we'll see which is the better piece of equipment for the dollar amount that we pay. That's what we're going to get the chance to do with the bids we're going to receive here, and hopefully in the next 2 weeks. Any other questions?
I have a question. What happens to the plans that we originated?
The musical equipment is still the same type of plan. The exercise equipment, we're looking at the same exercise equipment that we narrowed it down to. I think they had 5 pieces of musical equipment or 4 at the beginning. Now we're at 3, but it is the same type of equipment, but it's going to be from multiple vendors to give us equipment. Same thing with the exercise equipment. There we've got 3 new pieces that we were looking for. And we put that in to qualify through the Parks and Wildlife grant as universal design. It needs a resilient surface that if somebody falls, they bounce. They don't fall down and hurt themselves. So that's included in that. One of the sticking points with the original one was that they would not accept any of our areas that already have concrete. They wanted to tear it out and put in new concrete, new resilient, and put in their equipment, which made the budget go through the roof. With that, now the other vendors we've spoken to will accept the concrete you have, acid etch that concrete, then install their equipment and the resilient surface on our concrete that's already there. So that saved a lot of money, and it's going to stretch our budget to do more within that grant. So that's where I'm headed, to try to make this a bigger project, and we get more bang for the buck essentially.
And
So
we're going to have soccer goals.
Okay, so the whole schematics that we came up with 2 years ago, is it changing? Like
Not
what they
entirely.
drew up?
Because their musical equipment that they had was an entirely new pad.
I know, but I'm just talking about just the makeup of it, the makeup of the park,
Oh,
the blueprint of the park.
blueprint of the park pretty much stays the same.
Yeah, their only real change will probably be the musical equipment. Instead of pouring a new round pad, we're going to use that round pad that used to have that tether ball on it.
Yeah. And it's got
So
one,
we'll use that instead.
it has one piece of
You know what I mean?
exercise equipment on
Just
it
to-
now,
just
which
to save
is
a lot of money
dated
on
and needs to be replaced anyway.
And it
So
has
that's going to go in there.
ADA path already into it.
Yeah. The next thing is, the city has already gone through, Victor's already gone through with the staff, and they've repaired the children's playground equipment. That area, all the wood chips essentially are gone. So we're looking to supplement that. We had hoped to put a resilient surface in, but you have to put concrete down to do that. It's too expensive in this round. So I'm looking to do wood chips, augment what we already have, come back in another grant in the future to try to get us a resilient surface that is a bouncy rubber type of pad that, by the way, qualifies. I'm trying to qualify it as something that'll resist the salt air we have and the heat. So I've got 2 vendors to do that who are separate from the other vendors. So I'm crossing over different vendors for different items. It's not going to be a single vendor for everything. So
To add to your question as an answer, we are going to pretty much keep everything that it was funded. But at the same time, by saving money, we're going to be able to, and we'll get that approved, but we'll be able to resurface the whole trail, not just the connectors, the whole trail. So but that's a change, but that's an additional improvement.
and that will surface as we put the budget together, because we still have a lot of items to put in. What we're still unsure of is whether the original budget covered everything that needed to be done. To try to put in the soccer field as an example, they had no money for leveling the field. So we've got to figure out how to level the field. There may be some opportunity to get that done within the city with help from vendors within the city at a lower price. We're working on that. They don't have irrigation being redone for the soccer field. So there's a lot of things that were left out of that budget. So as we pull those in together, we find that, hey, we may not have enough money to do, like that entire path may cost 200,000 by itself. 200 to 300,000. So I've just found that out today, and I need to share that with Victor. But that surface in that area that's why I said we're already looking for additional grants. So,
but we haven't met with the county. We heard their parts, and the county is actually tearing out all of their asphalt paths and putting in granite that we have now. And so, just FYI, they're tearing them all out and putting crushed granite. So, just
the number I got today was $140 a yard. To put that in. So that's expensive. And it's I don't convert it to yards, but it's 12,800 square feet of pathway. When you break that down, it's fairly expensive.
Oh yeah.
And it's right now it's outside of the budget because our budget didn't include that. And what Parks and Wildlife will approve, they're flexible and they will work with us. And they've already said that, which is great. So we're going to spend time with them to make sure that we fit in their budget. We don't compromise the grant we already have, but we're going to try to get more equipment in the budget, in that Parks and Wildlife grant. Yeah, it's an effort.
Well, that's not good.
It will not look the same. I don't know if we just adding equipment or if it was gonna look the same. We haven't had an update on it.
It won't look the same.
It won't look the same. That's all I wanted to know.
It does include soccer goals, by the way. Yeah. Anything else?
That's it.
I think there was another question about timelines, and I know that we wanted, at first we started to say we could push this back. We have 2 years to do it because we have so many things going on in the city, but to push this forward, actually one of the companies said they could get it done by Christmas. So again, I've got to get those numbers in. So it's not just, it's a type of equipment, it's a dollar amount and the time frame. So.
It's still 150K. The grant was 150,000.
The grant is a matching grant. City has to, city 150 and Parks and Wildlife 150.
Got it.
So it's a $300,000 grant.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Melton.
Item 11, status report on drainage improvement GLO project 24-067005-E192.
Dear members of the council, Mayor, this project is, as you are well aware, we have had so many problems with this grant. But we finally reached the point where we're gonna be able to start moving, which takes me to the next item on the agenda. But essentially, what's been holding back to move on this grant is that we have to do an amendment for GLO to approve so that we can, proceed. We now, the amendment really, the only way to complete that work is by hiring an engineer to do that work, and that's the next item on the agenda that will take us through that phase. And then obviously we would get started. Once GLO approves that amendment, then we can get started with the work. And as you know, half of it, the main part of it's going to be done through contract, but a lot of it's also going to be done as a force account, where we're going to hire people on a full-time temporary basis so that they can do the other half of the project. But we're ready to move to the next step, and that brings us to the next item.
Item 12, discussion of possible action on selection of project engineer for the drainage improvement GLO project 24-067-005-E192.
Yes, members, again, in your package, you have the names of the three engineering firms that submitted proposals, and we solicited their services. The three were Cruz Hogan Engineers, Guzman and Munoz, and Parkram Consulting Services. After reviewing the proposals, which I was the one that did that, essentially I'm ranking them in order of preference. Cruz Hogan being the first one. The main reason for that is that for some of you that might remember, that engineer has done work for the city before. He's the one that actually initiated a lot of the planning for drainage improvements. That's where this grant actually got funded from starting from that plan. So I felt that who better to get to somebody who's already been involved with this, specifically with this project. So consequently, my recommendation to the council is that Cruz Hogan be selected as the engineer to finish out the drainage improvement project.
Any questions?
When we first started on Cruz Hogan, I believe it's a long time ago, because they first started with the drainage grant, and we were at a standstill because, and correct me if I'm wrong here, because it's a while ago, it's before a lot of people's time that's on sitting on this council. They tried to reroute the water to come over here to the bay, and they weren't able to do it because it was gonna cost a multi-million-dollar project to get that done. And then it was like crickets. Didn't know what was going on, and of course, at that time, the administration wasn't, up to par. So we were getting like, what's going on with the drainage? Is it re-improving? Are we, whatever? So I'm a no for Cruz. Been there, done that. So I'm just saying.
The only thing I can tell you is that, as you may recall, the engineer that was hired, we had to cancel their contract because they really messed up the project. And that's what Congress hasn't moved in the 2 years that it started. And the work that's left is not really, it's basically more supervision of the work that's already been designed. Basically, we're gonna dredge the ditches. We're gonna contract out the replacement of the driveways and culverts, drainage culverts. And so it's pretty standard. The only thing is that what I would like to do is, for us to do is that we, from this, continue on with a comprehensive plan, which we also going to do in terms of improving the drainage for the whole community. This will be the first step. I've had the opportunity to actually work with the Guzman and Munoz and Cruz Hogan in several projects in the past. And so far, I haven't seen any problems with them. The only thing is that the persuasive to Bruce Hogan is that he's already has that information, the preliminary information in terms of the work that is gonna be done. I can't speak to what happened in the past, but I can tell you that my experience with Bruce Hogan has been a very positive, very productive and constructive work through the years in different places.
So this is the same, go ahead.
What about the last one?
On Fulcrum, they're the engineers, you know, the reason we know them is because of they're engineers that work a lot with developers, which is private development as opposed to public work. And they're more in the line with private development, you know, such as developing the subdivisions. And while they're both qualified, the only thing is that their experience, their work is more dealing with private developers as opposed to cities and counties and school districts, et cetera, the public sector.
So this is the project that you brought to the table in the summer and saying that the city was going to supervise it, correct? This is the same project?
The part that we're gonna do, we're acting as our own contractor.
Right.
And we do that and we supervise it, but the engineer still has to certify that the work was done according to the design, the way it's supposed to be done.
What is the cost on that? Or does that come out of this?
It comes out of the engineering
project?
fees from the grant.
And that was presented to us, the fees on that? Cause I don't ever remember you bringing to the table these engineers.
Well, this board approved the previous engineer where they approved those fees.
We used to have ice.
Ice.
We had ice.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Not a
That
corporate.
was-
That was the original engineer.
It failed.
That failed.
Got it.
Right, and when we fired them, now it's higher enough.
That's where this is.
That's where this is coming.
Got it, okay.
Okay.
But there's no anticipated variance in that budgetary outlay for engineering fees, depending upon which one is selected. They're aware that the engineering fees that are allocated within this grant are non-negotiable, and that the expense would not be different based upon the selection of the three.
Oh, as far, no, because when you select professional services, it's not based on the cost. But again, they need to understand what the budget is.
We only have X amount of dollars left after we paid ice.
And they all know they will get like fee, whatever, that price.
Well, the fee is basically the balance of the fee that was approved for engineering services, which was 100 and something thousand. What's left is about 35,000. It's just the end of the project.
So they're gonna come in and solidify the project with a fraction of the,
Well, no,
they already
see,
made the commitment to that?
The design work was what was done and then given to GLO,
Mhm.
right? And then the GLO approved the design,
Right.
right? And so then we couldn't get past that part of it, right? Because the original design was way over budget, remember, like when
Right.
it was instead of $1 million, it was $2 million.
Mhm.
So then we were trying to go backwards and they wouldn't budge. So we had to go somewhere else. And then we started to move and they designed it for the culverts and the driveways,
Mhm.
right? And then they wouldn't come down and meet with us. They wouldn't come meet with GLO.
Mhm.
They were just being stubborn. So we had to get rid of them. And we were running out of time.
All right.
And so now we need to hire a new one. But like I say, it's all been approved by the GLO for the original design. It's all done. Now we need someone to come in and approve the actual dirt getting turned. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make sure that we get it right.
kind of nice to see their work, what they've done before, so if we get floods and stuff, we're gonna be called upon again. You know, I like to see what kind of work they do before. Projects that they've done.
I would recommend that if you would like to go through the process and review the proposals, the item could be tabled at this point, and you all can appoint a committee that can review the proposals. That will give you all the information and give you the opportunity to question and to follow through. That's not a problem. It's just that based on those three that were submitted, that's my recommendation. But of course, we can, I mean, you as a council can have to be involved in the actual process. That's not a problem.
We always
I
have,
like to do that.
we always get the engineering packet, so.
No, exactly. I think that that's definitely something we should do.
Sure.
Um,
I recommend that the item be tabled and we can set up the process for review.
I think we need to meet like in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And then come back so we have it done by the next meeting. Prove it.
Harry, you're able to take action to appoint the committee on this agenda item.
I think we need to be all of us.
Okay.
In that case,
I think we all need to be involved with this because this is a big project. This is going to affect a lot of people, you know? This affects a ton of people and I think we all need to be involved with it and feel good about it. I mean, Cruz Hogan did a lot of work for us in the past. Like they were involved with all the streets and a lot of the drainage projects. Guzman Munoz did some work for us in the past. Holcomb hasn't done any work for us. So let's get together in 2 weeks and discuss it.
September 23rd.
September 23rd.
Wait, can't do Tuesdays.
Okay, she can't do Tuesdays, so you gotta help volleyball.
September 24th.
Yeah, let's do it.
September 24th, but what time?
Sure.
Well, that's too early for Dr.
You're not good?
I will be out of town in the meeting.
You're out now?
Of that week.
20 through to the 24th through 25th.
We'll get you all a package so you can review them, okay?
Yeah, you can get the packets.
Okay, Wednesday, the 24th at 5:30? Okay, very good.
Yeah, the agenda said that.
Okay. Moving on to item 13, discussion of possible action on selection of project architect for the expansion of the fire station funded by ARPA funds.
Members of the council, we received two proposals, one from actually Stephen Knowles and also from Gomez Mendez Science out of Brownsville. And I actually at this point recommend that same committee review these proposals as well.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I agree.
Yeah.
On the same day.
On the same day.
So the same day.
Okay. All right, moving on to 14, discussion and possible action on selection of consultants to prepare the EPA grant application.
So the council, on this one, there was only one proposal submitted. If you want to act on that one, fine. If not, the committee again, or we can be reviewed, even though it's only one. You may want to go through it, and the option is either to accept it later on or re-advertise. But again, I think I would feel more comfortable that it's a council participates, even though it's just one, and that you all would consider them also as well. I mean, consider this one for review.
Is there something that goes along with the document here? Is it just this page?
Yeah.
Is there a deadline for that grant?
No, no. Actually, the sooner the better, but there's no deadline.
That's our response. So it's not a grant.
The same date we look at this one?
Same day.
Got it.
Same day.
Received documents.
Item 15, discussion of possible action on selection of project engineer for proposed EPA for proposed EPA project.
Members of the council, my same recommendation, there are three of them, fulcrum there. I listed them as the first, select priority, and then Guzman and the third one. But again, I recommend that the committee or that the board looks at all the proposals and go through the whole process.
You guys okay doing that in the next one?
Yes.
Very good. Item 16, discussion of possible action, restoration of portable building.
Okay. On the, Mr. Knowles is, as you're aware, is the one that's also working on the renovation of the portable building. But before he will make his report on the status, I do want to take the opportunity to obviously, once again, restate that the reason we're doing that we recently purchased this building is to temporarily address the issues that obviously we all know what we have. And as far as one of the issues that came up is access to the building. It would be very expensive to put in a second entrance to that place, especially to that building that is going to be moved eventually. And then we're going to invest money that we might not, it might be the wrong type of investment for the future use of that lot. The reason we do need to use the alley for entrance is because it is an alley, and it's actually our neighbor is using that alley to access to their property. They're the ones that use it constantly. The other thing too is that in doing that, we would like to kill two birds with one stone, so to speak, because we can actually repair the alley and do it in a way, because another problem with the situation with our neighbor is that unfortunately, way back then, when this development was done, they were encroaching on the public right of way of the alley. And so we have to be very careful about how we're going to go about doing that. So consequently, those are the reasons why we're trying to work with you all, and so that we can fix the alley and not create additional issues, potential legal issues, because the public right of way is being used as a private right right now. Yeah, and so and by the city using using the alley makes it easier then to keep that issue under control, because if we say that we're not going to use the alley because it's a public right of way, we already our neighbors is encroaching on that public right of way. So that's one of the problems. But again, this is a way to also help our neighbors by fixing that alley, and that way it'll serve them as well as the city or the residents of this community. We're still at a point where, and Mr. Knowles will speak to that, in the even preliminary estimates, we're still too high from what I see in terms of what we should, the kind of money that we should invest, especially because it's going to be a temporary facility. But we're going to try to do it with the least possible cost. But Stanford can go ahead and fill you in terms of preliminary estimates.
I'm sorry, I don't think we shared the plans with you as far as what we've done. I have them here if you want to pass them around. And essentially, what we did find out is when we did the survey is that you are with the condos, you're using the alley as a driveway, which should have been on your property, of course, a long time ago, different story. We're supplementing that. We're adding 12 parking stalls off the alley which is, the first estimate we got was $10,000. If we came onto the property, which we'd like to have done, if we had the budget, to put in 22 parking stalls, it's gonna cost us 45 to 50,000. So we're saving the city money in getting this done, and supplementing that. And then we've got a grass area that will level, and that could be possibly used during events such as the fall festival, the 4th of July, so on and so forth. So we'll have additional parking, but it'll be on grass. That said, with the building set the way it is, as Victor said, we did get a contractor to take a look at it. He's a respected contractor, but his bid was much higher than what we want to spend. So we're going to break it down into how we can keep the money down, try to cut that budget in half. So we're in the process of doing that now. And we've got I don't know if you want to look at it, pass it around. So we're actually, the city has already stripped the interior, so it is ready to remodel. When it's done, I've been involved in multi-million-dollar remodel projects, so I know what we need to do this. I'm taking the extra effort at low fee to make sure that it works within a budget that is reasonable and viable. So it'll have a ramp coming into the front door. It'll be covered on that portion. We'll have a meeting room that ironically is a little bit larger than this, not much, but the orientation of it will be able to seat 50 people. I counted the people when we came in, we had 55 people. And the arrangement of just the city council would leave more flexibility inside the room for possibly closer seating where we can seat more people. We'll have a storage room, we'll have a conference room. So, and the existing restroom will be reused. So we wanted to do grander things that we showed before when we had skylights. We want to raise the roof. Again, we're not going to do that. It will be a temporary building, 3 to 5 years, instead of, as the contractor said, he wanted to bid it such as to be there for 10. We don't need to invest that kind of money in this building, but we'll at least bring it in. We'll do what I can to help Victor and the city accomplish it with locals and less costly, and through city efforts, city carpenters and so on, instead of a lot of this going out for bid. So, and the rest will be fully handicap compliant, so we'll register it with the state. One of the big things is getting windstorm approved. It's already tied down to the ground. We've got to find an engineer to certify that. So I told Victor, he reminded me of what I did for Brownsville Housing Authority when we moved back to Texas. I had worked with Raul Trevino at the Brownsville Housing Authority for 10 years, doing all their work. When I came back, 3 of the old board members were still there, and they asked me to do a job for them. We put it out for bid. We didn't have enough money to do that. The federal government gave us $2.5 million, and then they drew it back to 1.8. We could not award it to the 2 contractors who gave us bids. And in that case, he says, Stan, why don't you help us build it? Why don't you do it? You got nothing to do. You're moving back to Hawaii. So I actually took the job as the contractor with the housing authority. They gave me an office and a secretary. We did more than the $2.5 million anticipated. We did more of that work in $1.8 million. So big example of what I'm trying to do to help the city and help Victor make sure we've got to accomplish what we'd like to do with a decent community room that's going to help the city.
Do you know what the size of this room is?
This room is 28 by 24. I just counted the ceiling.
20 by 24.
So you can see we're 3110, it's almost 32,
32 by 24.
and we're 23 and a half. So it's a little long, and the way the length actually gives us an extra row of seating. And I got the seating set up where it's comfortable. I don't have the drawing with the seating in it, but I've already laid out the seating on it. One of the only things we're waiting on is get the fire code to check and see if we need a fire exit out of the community room itself. Because as you can see, this single exit is, you've got an exit here, so you've got a fire truck compliant building. I think I may have to add another door to the outside from it. But we've already gone through the effort. We decided there's various things we want to do. We've already taken the plans and yes, we've been, let's see, reducing the effort. We're already on a third generation of that, reducing the effort that we're going to spend on that building and the amount of money. So we're going through that effort. Any questions?
There's no action to take.
No. Any questions?
Justin, I want to comment about the trash can. Are they gonna have to move the trash can or?
I'm glad you asked that question because the container has nothing to do with the building. First of all. Second, the reason the alley has so many potholes is because the container, which is a commercial container, is behind our neighbor's property. And the big truck that has to go down the alley to pick it up. And that traffic there is the one that's causing, plus their vehicles, but it's mainly the trash container, the truck. And so consequently, what we were asking them is to help them and us is that we'll repair the alley. And if they relocate their container to be off street, then that big truck won't have to go in there and tear up the alley that would be used by both them and us. That's why the trash container came into question. Because it doesn't do us any good to invest money in repairing the alley if they're gonna tear it up again. Because that's what's tearing up that alley.
Yeah, and if I may, I might suggest that the trash pickup could be on Beach Boulevard, on that side, instead of on the alley, because right now the trash dumpster compartment area is actually encroaching on the alley. It's not even on their property. It's partially in the alley.
Is any of this grandfathered in?
Well, even if it's
I mean,
we're
this was
living
built
it,
in the 70s, yeah.
but we're having to live with it, both of us.
We're trying to design around it.
Yeah, well, we'll have to work together. Let's see what we can do. We need to meet.
Yes.
I mean, not just city manager, yourself, others.
Sure.
If we can discuss this with the other homeowners,
As you may
but
recall,
as a council and
I have
stuff.
asked to be invited to your meetings.
Right.
So far.
But we don't want it just the homeowners. We would like homeowners to hear from the council and himself. What is your name?
Stanford Knowles.
Stafford Knowles. I know you had just mentioned Mr. Knowles.
He's your neighbor. He just lives down the
Is that
street.
right?
Just lives down the street from you.
Awesome. Well, let's see what we can do.
If we work together, we'll.
No, we can work together.
Thank you, Stanford. Anyone else need to go to executive session for anything? Is that a big no? Okay. Presentation of city manager's August 2025 monthly report.
There were two other items, sorry.
You guys are front and back. There we go. 17, discussion of possible action on approval for city secretary to attend Advanced Institute seminar by the Texas Municipal Clerk Certification Program, October 2 to the 3rd, 2025 in Grapevine, Texas.
Members of the council, this is the process by which a city secretary goes through these trainings and gets a certification, which is something that obviously we want our city secretary to obtain, as a certified city secretary by the state. And so this is another training that she would need to attend. And I'm recommending that we go ahead and afford her the opportunity to go take the course.
So she wasn't certified when she was hired?
Just a question.
So she was not certified when she was hired?
Oh, no.
Oh, and so she's not certified, that's gonna get a big raise.
Oh.
Wow, okay. Move on.
She didn't get a raise.
Nobody got a raise except the 3% across the board.
And she didn't get that either. The fire.
Make a motion to approve the training as proposed.
Motion by Councilman Dr. Romero, seconded by Councilmember Bryant to approve City Secretary to attend the Advanced Institute Seminar by Texas Municipal Clerk Certification Program.
Councilmember Dr. Romero,
Yes.
Councilmember Howard,
Yes.
Councilmember Perez.
Yes.
Councilmember Cornelius,
Yes.
Councilmember Bryant.
Yes.
Councilmember Hernandez.
Yes.
Mayor Carter.
Yes. Item 18, discussion and possible action on approval for Public Works foreman to attend the pesticide applicator training in Richmond, Texas, September 29th through October 2nd, 2025.
Members of the council, this is where our employees of Public Works can get the training and certification to do the use of vector truck for the mosquito control, which is something that's a certification that they need to have in order to do it. Right now, we're still working under our previous former employee's license. I recommend that once again, we send our employee to take advantage of this training.
Need people to spray for mosquitoes.
I just wanted to verify that, I know usually February timeframe, there's a binational, vector-borne disease conference that happens here in South Texas, where they usually offer the training certification course here locally. We've already looked at the Texas Agri-Life Extension Office of the Development course, and there's nothing available until that time in our area.
Yeah, until February is the next one that's local. So we're trying to get them certified as quickly as possible.
We're in the rainy season.
Yes, we are.
Make a motion on the approval for the Public Works foreman to attend the pesticide applicator training in Richmond.
Second by Councilmember Hernandez to approve the Public Works foreman to attend the pesticide applicator training in Richmond, Texas.
Councilmember Dr. Romero,
Yes.
Councilmember Howard,
Yes.
Councilmember Perez.
Yes.
Councilmember Cornelius,
Yes.
Councilmember Bryant,
Yes.
Councilmember Hernandez, Mayor Carter.
Yes. Item 19, discussion and possible action on approval for police department to purchase new weapons.
Members of the council, this is something that is needed and recommended that it be approved, but Commander Allen is here to answer any details specifically.
Good evening, Mayor, council members. What we have before you is a proposal for 13 firearms, handguns. Currently, we carry 6-hour P320, 9mm firearms. Unfortunately, every agency that's around us don't carry that. They all carry the brand Glock. So in case, worst case scenario, right, which we've never hoped, massive school shooting, we arrive to that scene. Our officer arrives first because we're probably the closest other than Puerto Rico. Our officer discharges their weapon, clears out their magazine. Our magazine is this metal magazine. There's 15 rounds in it. This one is not compatible to any Glock. Every other agency that comes there, my officer arrives, doesn't have the adequate equipment, runs out of ammunition, and therefore we can't neutralize the threat or take care of the kids or the teachers or staff at the school. When purchasing these firearms will get bought back by a company. So the funds we have right now are not going to exceed any of our funds that we carry, or we're asking for more funds. It's already within the budget that we have. And then we'll receive some money back once our firearms are actually sold back to the company.
What's the total budgetary cost?
It's $10,335. That, and we still have extra money to spend on that, or in our budget. But we will receive back, I wanted to say it was 2,700 on the buyback of our firearms right now. So the actual cost will come around some 7,000, somewhere in the 7,500. or have to spend. So
And then will it use the same ammo though?
yes, the same ammunition, the same 9mm caliber. It's not gonna change. The only thing is that we'll be more compatible with other agencies. Yeah, every agency, the constable's office here, South Padre, Port Isabel, even Los Fresnos, they all carry Glock. And they're all 9mm, so we can interchange magazines. The ammunition is not the issue. The issue is that once this magazine is cleared, I have to clear out the mag, or they would have to clear it out. Give me everything in their hand so that I can manually put it back in and use it in my firearm.
Yeah.
So even though we have extra magazines on us, you never know, right? And so to prevent that, we would like to purchase this brand of firearm and be able to share magazines with agencies around us. So we don't have that issue if need be, and we can help keep our students safe, our staff safe, and our residents. I mean, it could be a shooting at a house, we never know, right? It's not just the schools, but in case of a massive school shooting or an event here at our parks.
And this is already in your budget.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're not asking the city for more money.
No, ma'am.
Thank
Just the approval of purchase.
So, just to be clear, because you can do
Just so everybody knows.
whatever you see just with your budget.
Motion?
Motion to approve the purchase of the firearms as proposed.
I'll second.
Motion by Councilmember Dr. Romero, seconded by Councilmember Howard to approve the police department to purchase new weapons.
Councilmember Dr. Romero,
Yes.
Councilmember Howard,
Yes.
Councilmember Pettis,
Yes.
Councilmember Cornelius,
Yes.
Councilmember Bryant,
Yes.
Councilmember Hernandez,
Yes.
Mayor Carter.
Yes. Somebody wants to go to executive session, I'm sure.
Mayor, if I may, we do have a couple of items that are under executive session that are rather critical at this point that I do need the guidance of our attorney and the council. One is a potential litigation with a developer, and another one is personal matter.
Is it related to one of the other items on the agenda? I'm sorry, is it related to one of the other items on the agenda?
Indirectly.
We may have to defer, but since we're having a special meeting,
Okay.
having a executive session there, and I could appear by phone, basically. I've got another meeting that night, but I can appear by phone for the executive session, so you have the attorney consultation.
Make sure we put it on the agenda.
Okay.
And we'll look at the language and all that. Yeah, well, I mean, it has to be on the agenda.
We have to wait. City manager's report, you wanna? You already did it. You already did it earlier.
I think I reported enough.
Yeah, you did a good job. Adjournment?
Make a motion to adjourn. I'll second.
Motion, you got one in. Motion made by Councilmember Brian, seconded by Councilmember Pettis.
Councilmember Dr. Romero,
Yes.
Councilmember Howard,
Yes.
Councilmember Pettis,
Yes.
Councilmember Cornelius,
Yes.
Councilmember Bryant,
Yes.
Councilmember Hernandez,
Yes.
Mayor Carter.
Yes. Thank you guys for attending.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.